This bright, sugary bowl of cereal is a staple of childhood, but its origins lie in something entirely different, a cold, sterile medical instrument. To understand how we got here, we have to look at this place, the Battle Creek Sanitarium in Michigan. In the late 1800s, this was the ultimate destination for America's wealthiest elites, titans of industry who came seeking extreme wellness. It operated on a massive scale. Picture a sprawling complex that blended the opulence of a luxury European spa with the strict clinical regimens of a hospital and the unyielding rules of an ideological commune. Guests didn't come here to relax. They submitted to a rigid, highly controlled system designed to aggressively purge the human body of what were considered the toxic sins of modern life. The architect of this system was Dr. John Harvey Kellogg. He demanded strict adherence to a doctrine he called biologic living. His primary medical enemy was a condition he termed auto-intoxication. Auto-intoxication was the belief that consuming rich meats and flavorful foods caused the intestines to rot, breeding harmful toxins and inciting unnatural sexual desires. To combat this internal rot, patients endured extreme physical regimens. Here we see a hydrotherapy room, where patients were subjected to continuous, rigorous water flushing to cleanse their systems from the inside out. They were also placed inside intense, confined phototherapy cabinets like this one. Phototherapy is the use of high-intensity artificial light, and Kellogg used it to literally sweat perceived impurities out through the patient's skin. And to ensure no bodily function was left to chance, patients were strapped into violent mechanical mechanotherapy belts, devices designed to artificially pound and vibrate the abdomen to force digestion. But the true foundation of biologic living was the menu. Surviving the sanitarium required consuming a strictly enforced, violently bland vegetarian diet. The food was meticulously engineered to be as completely flavorless as possible, specifically to extinguish all carnal passion. Dr. Kellogg's entire medical empire relied on the total, systematic eradication of physical pleasure. And it was this exact pursuit that led to his most famous, passion-killing invention. Deep inside the sanitarium's experimental kitchen, Dr. Kellogg was searching for the ultimate dietary suppressant, a food so easily digestible and devoid of flavor that it would suppress human urges. To keep this massive operation running, he relied on his younger brother, Will Keith Kellogg. Will was the overworked, purely business-minded manager who handled the facility's complex logistics. In 1894, a minor mistake occurred. A batch of boiled wheat was accidentally left out overnight. By morning, the grains had slowly dried out, crusted over, and had gone completely stale. Instead of throwing the ruined wheat away, they tried to salvage it through a process called tempering. They forced the stale grains through heavy iron rollers. To their surprise, the rollers didn't produce a heavy dough. They produced distinct, thin flakes that could be toasted. These plain, utterly flavorless flakes were an immediate medical success. The wealthy patients found them incredibly easy to digest, perfectly aligning with the strict diet. Without realizing it, the sanitarium had just invented a highly scalable, shelf-stable product. And that realization sparked a bitter, lifelong ideological conflict between the two brothers. The brothers looked at the exact same flake and saw entirely opposing futures. Dr. Kellogg saw a pure medical prescription meant to treat illness. Will saw a highly lucrative retail product meant for the masses. Will understood a basic reality of the commercial market. If they were going to sell this dry, baked wheat to the general American public, it absolutely had to have flavor. Dr. Kellogg absolutely refused. To him, adding flavor, specifically sugar, was unthinkable. He viewed sugar as a toxic, sinful substance that would destroy the flake's hard-won moral and medical purity. So Will took matters into his own hands. Behind his brother's back, he began secretly dumping heavy loads of refined white sugar directly into the commercial batches of the toasted flakes. When the doctor found out, the partnership shattered. Will bought the commercial rights to the recipe, broke away from the sanitarium entirely, and founded his own distinct cereal company in 1906. This addition of sugar effectively assassinated the doctor's lifelong mission of moral and physical purity. This early advertising
experiment shows how Will weaponized aggressive consumer-focused marketing to push his sweetened product to a mass audience.
He actively stripped away every association with the sanitarium. Clinical health claims were replaced with personal branding and a guarantee of flavor. This chart illustrates the financial divide between the two visions. While the sanitarium's original dietary food sales remained flat, Will's commercial retail sales experienced an exponential spike after 1906, completely eclipsing his brother's operation. Within a few decades, the Flake completed its cultural transition. The punitive health food became a joyful, sugary staple of the idealized American breakfast. Through the ruthless pursuit of mass-market pleasure, Will successfully and entirely erased the product's original restrictive medical intent from public memory. Walk down any modern supermarket aisle today, and you are surrounded by a hyper-saturated, multi-billion-dollar industry built entirely on sweet indulgence. This overwhelming wall of artificial colors, mascots, and refined sugar stands in stark contrast to the sterile dining halls where these flakes were first served. The ultimate symbol of sugary childhood joy was originally engineered with absolute clinical precision to be the ultimate human passion killer. In the ideological war between strict clinical purity and profitable pleasure, capitalism and sugar inevitably win.